hosted a lovely family who had won the Tokyo chapter giveaway. We did a kimikomi workshop where they took the kimono fabric and they made a beautiful design by tucking it into a styrofoam board. Thanks so much to Joe from the Tokyo chapter for collabing on this amazing giveaway. I hope we can do some more in the future. In the meantime, head over to Joe's blog, which is absolutely amazing. It's full of information for travelling in Japan. Her focus is mainly on families, but it's also useful for anyone. The studio is officially closed for the holiday season, but that doesn't mean the crafting has to stop. So I searched in my cupboards and found this amazing vintage tapestry kit that I'd found in the UK when I was there in the summer. It was only £1 and everything was inside. There's the thimbles, the needles, all the tapestry threads, and the board itself, completely unused. The only thing I could find wrong with it was that the thread colours had changed a little bit over the years, but since this is from 1989, I don't think I can be that bothered by it. I still carried on doing it way into Christmas. It is quite nice doing crafts like this for me sometimes, where I don't have to make any decisions about colours or designs. I'm just basically using my hands and getting into flow. But I did find this amazing thing inside it because it was from a charity shop in the UK. There was this cute little note. I'm wondering if that's my Auntie Lillian, a voice from above, giving us a message to say she's okay. Wednesday, I carried on with the stitching, even though it was Christmas Day. You know, I like to do things very quietly on Christmas these days. The kids were off doing their own things. My husband was sitting at the table making something as well. And Coco snuggled up on my lap and we just did a little bit of crafting together. My dye practice doesn't stop just because it's Christmas. The other day I was in the fabric shop in Shimokitazawa and the lady that I know who owns it and I got chatting about natural dyeing and she said, "Oh, you can come to my garden and you can take whatever you want from the trees. We're demolishing the house and the trees are going to go too, so come and get what you want while it's still there." So I rushed off to her house, got 2 full bags of Biwa leaves and then had to process them by chopping them into tiny pieces so that I could dry them in the studio in a few days. Look at the size of those leaves. Our next creative retreat is on the horizon in February, but we're also launching the October 2026 one. So Ames and I hopped on a call and had a little strategy meeting about our launch. So the retreat is now open. I'll leave a link in the description if you're interested to find out more. On Friday we went for a little walk with Coco. We had some donations for a local charity shop, which is a pay what you can shop, which is so amazing. I've volunteered my services there and I really hope that they'll let me help in 2026. Coco really enjoyed this walk because it was all new to her. Lots of new smells, and we even went for lunch in a cafe that she's never been to before. She was not happy about spending the time in her pet cart, but those are the rules of the restaurant. She had to be in the cart throughout the whole meal. A lot of people ask why people in Japan have pet carts. It's not that our dogs are lazy, it's just that we often have a lot smaller dogs because the houses here are a lot smaller. Our dogs can't walk quite as far. Pets can be taken on public transport in Japan, but they need to be in a fully enclosed bag or container. So a pet cart is a perfect way of getting them on and off trains and buses. Saturday I was back in the studio preparing the Biwa leaves to be dried over the break. I'm going to take a few days off for New Year, but before I did that I wanted to make sure that I come back to fully dried leaves. I'm hoping they will be dried by the first week of January, maybe not, but the air is very dry in Japan in the winter, so I'm really hoping that they're going to be fully ready for the dye pot in the new year. On Sunday we decided to visit our friend's pub. It's a British pub in Shimokitazawa called Good Heavens, and so we often retreat to this pub because it just feels so homely. There's so many books for sale. It feels like a little British library. The food is also very, very British comfort food. Of course there's fish and chips, there's pies, there's cottage pie, there's all sorts of puddings and of course British beer, and our favourite is the malt vinegar, which is not as easy to get in Japan as you might think. After a little walk on Sunday, the kids wanted something sweet to eat. So it was matcha lattes and ice cream and a little churros at the local churros stand. If you're in Shimokitazawa, be sure to pop by and support the business.